What is going on, everybody? Thank you for coming back to the Big Sam YouTube channel. Today, I wanted to start down a path that I have been waiting to go down for quite some time. I know there's a lot of people out there just from cruising around Facebook and forums and things like that that are honestly in the exact same or really close to the exact same position as me right now. Um, with that being said, the position that I'm in is I am in the process of starting my own business. I want to have a design, fabrication, machine shop type of business to where I can run job shop work, and then I also want to come up with my own ideas, come up with some of my own products, and eventually hopefully be able to produce and manufacture my own products down the line, whether that's in motorsports, which I have a big passion for, or other things that I come up with. But one of the biggest things that you need in a machine shop, obviously, is a CNC machine. And that's something I've really been struggling with. My good friend Kevin Ellington, he is the creator of the Mechanical Advantage YouTube channel, which is the mecca of the YouTube Fusion 360 tutorials. He's right up there with Lars and John Saunders and all kinds of other guys. I'll try to link his video in the link his channel here in the description, because he's definitely somebody. If you have any Fusion 360 questions, his videos really explain a lot. So I'll be sure to try to remember to put him in there. But so speaking of Kevin Ellington and all these guys, is Kevin, when I went to Ohio for a week a few months ago now, at John Saunders NYC CNC, Saunders Machine Works shop, Kevin told me about this company called Skyfire, and I was dead set on Tormach. I was going to get an 1100, and I was going to kind of water it down quite a bit. I was going to keep it to, no tool changer, no enclosure, try to keep my cost down. And I had my heart set on that. That's what I was going to do. And then Kevin actually brought up this company named Skyfire. Skyfire CNC, very new to the personal, quote-unquote, CNC industry, I would say. And so that really got me thinking, especially once I dove in and started thinking a lot about their machines. They're very, very comparable. And what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to compare Tormach to Skyfire, because I think this is the best two options. This is just my opinion. I know other people disagree. But in my opinion, in my situation, it's coming down to either Skyfire or Tormach. So, and I know there's a lot of people else that are out there that might feel the same way. So what we're going to do is dive in here. I got a few screens pulled up that we can all use and look at and view. And so easiest way to compare them is pretty much straight up. So Skyfire has the SVM-0, the SVM-1, and the SVM-2. And Tormach has the 440, 770, and 1100 going up in sizes. I really wasn't too concerned about having an SVM-0 or SVM-1, so I didn't price those out like I needed to. If you guys would like to know this, please leave a comment below, and I'll make sure that I get that information and get it out. But I was really concerned with this column right here, the SVM2 versus the 1100. So the SVM2 from Skyfire is going to be, it has an enclosure that's not an option to take the enclosure off. But pretty much everything outside of the enclosure you can take off just like you can with a Tormach. So just to kind of get a rundown here, the Tormach, and keep in mind this is with some tooling, things like that. I think this is a 2-flute and a 4-flute kit included in this price, but everything else is pretty much apples for apples. You get the same exact thing. So, but for this, in this price, you get a 12-station automatic tool changer. This price, you do not. For this price, for the Tormach, I have to say you do not get anything 4th axis, and I took out the automatic tool changer because I didn't think I was going to need it or really didn't want it. So, and for this price, for the Skyfire, this does get you the tool changer, but this does not include any 4th axis, because I'm not too concerned about that right now, and that's a relatively easy add-on later down the road. So Going down the list, this is the price without an enclosure from Tormach. That's also no tool changer again, and no fourth axis anything. Spindle RPM. This is kind of a. I don't think it's a. I mean, it is a big deal, but I'm not too terribly concerned. But as you can see, the Skyfire relatively outperforms the Tormach pretty significantly in this regard. I know the Skyfire runs on 220, where I believe the 1100 runs on a 110. The 1100, I know the 440 and 770 run on 1100 or run on the 110 outlet, but I'm pretty sure 1100 does as well. I'll have to check into that. You can go and see the work envelope and table size. I have that on both. And here's the biggest change, or some of the biggest differences. Obviously, Tormach's TTS system versus BT30 tool holders. This is going to get you more of a Haas, more of a bigger machine feel, in my opinion, to where the TTS is standard to a Tormach type machine. But both of these machines, I mean, they're relatively very, very close. As you can see here, another huge advantage to Skyfire is they both have the axis motors as well as a spindle drive motor are both servo motors, where you're going to run into stepper motors from Tormach, which is to a lot of people a very big deal. And then back to the ATC is a 10 station and a 12 station from Skyfire. So up here is Tormach, and over here Skyfire. So just I'll have that there so you guys can pause if you want to. But now we're going to move on. I wanted to move on to some information. Here is the PDF sheet to Tormach's 1100. Like I said, the 1100 and the SVM2 is what I'm mostly worried about or want to compare here. So if you want to pause, you can see all their good stuff. But what I want to get into mostly is the pricing, because I know that's what it comes down to for most people. Like myself, that's exactly what I'm almost drawing it down to, between pricing and quality and things like that. So there's a lot to consider. What I did was I moved over and got exactly what I wanted from Tormach. This now includes everything that Tormach has to offer for the 1100 other than tooling, as in end mills, things like that. It doesn't have tool holders and collets, things like that. So that's all included. It doesn't include the fourth axis stuff and tools. But all your tool holders are included. This includes all the tool changers, monitors that are needed, everything to get your machine pretty much up and running, other than actual cutting equipment. So, and this is going to be your price, around $22,618. That's not including shipping, guys. I think shipping adds on another like $450 to $500, somewhere in that range. So $22,622 for Tormach's Premier machine, everything included. That's the enclosure, power drawbar, automatic tool changer, everything. So go back down, $22,622.18, and then you're gonna have to add on some freight charges. And next up, I have my official quote that I got directly from Skyfire. And so you can go through here. The machine cost is $13,500. This is the biggest difference, is a $1,900 tool changer, and you get actually 2 more stations compared to $4,500 from Tormach. So that was a very big deal. As you can go through there, I was able to get 2 vices for very, very good price. All my BT30 tool holders with all my collets, pull studs, everything needed. Pretty much everything to get me up off the ground running. There was a couple things that are not included on this list. So from this $17,430, I would go ahead and add another $1,500-ish. One thing I'm going to add that needs to be added on here that I haven't yet is going to be the 5th axis controller. What that allows is rigid tapping, things like that the Skyfire is capable of, and I'm not sure that the Tormach can do rigid tapping right now. I know it has the tapping head and everything like that, so you can still do tapping on a Tormach. That's not an issue, but As far as rigid tapping, it is an available option that I don't think Tormach is too competitive with. And this is not, I'm not bashing Tormach or Skyfire. They're both amazing machines, and they both definitely have their ups and downs on both companies. So I'm not bashing it any way, shape, or form. So you can see more of a build sheet here. This also, I have shipping from overseas to Chicago, which is close to my hometown here. So that'll be how much it is to get it across the ocean. And if I wanted to go through, obviously your Tormach's website, I'm sure you guys have visited before. I just wanted to take you through the sheet real quick of the machine that I've been looking at. So here's the machine. If you want to scroll through, you can see all the specs. I'll try to leave it up here for just a second so you can pause if you want to read all the specs. Very, very tight tolerance, very tight repeatability, AC servos, BT, just everything that I already had hit earlier in the video. Everything, so you guys can go through. And their 4th axis stuff, guys, is not that expensive. I'm really falling in love with this company. It's so hard for me though because I was so dead set on Tormach, so it's really difficult for me to even really be making this video to explore other options. But as you can see, the $1,900 upgrade for the 12-station tool changer. It has some other cool upgrades, so engraving spindle, mist coolant, things like that. Your jog shuttle. Here's the industrial controller I'll be moving up to get 5th axis, the AdTech 6450 or 4650. Sorry. You can an actual spindle motor upgrade. That also you have to have 3-phase. Keep that in mind if you want to move up to that. Here's the high-speed spindle that'll get you 10,000 RPM with your BT30 tool holding. And I will kind of go through some fun accessories that are may or may not be needed but wanted. An automatic tool setter. I opted for the Type B tool setter. That's what's in the pricing at least. I haven't bought either machine, or I haven't decided yet on either machine. I just wanted to get this information out here so you guys can see. I got the 6-inch heavy-duty precision mill vise. I got 2 of these coming. I'm going to add this clamp kit on. That's not in the pricing, so I had $52. The parallel kit was in there, and I got 12 of the BT30 ER32 tool holders. There was a drill holder in there as well, and I'm thinking I might be getting the tapping head as well as well as some collets for the tapping head. Haven't really decided yet. I'd like to experiment more with some maybe rigid tapping, but we'll get there. That's far down the road, guys. So move on from that. I got the tool locker. That's included in ER20 and ER32 collets, some spanners, things like that. And also there's some face mills, end mills that I didn't include, like I said, but some of their options too directly from Skyfire. So just wanted to show that. But I just wanted to create this video real quick, you guys, so everybody could be more aware. I wanted to try to bring some awareness to Skyfire as well as Tormach. They're both very good machines. Tormach has an excellent community around them. I know there was a lot of people struggling with this decision, so I wanted to kind of bring to light and give just an honest comparison between the two. I mean, Tormach is an excellent, easy to use machine that if you have any questions you can call or put a simple Facebook post out and it's done. Your questions answered. There's several guys out there that this is exactly what they started with. Like I said, I'm just having a real tough time deciding right now. This is part 1 of like a mini part series that I see coming. I just wanted to get some awareness out and just more or less say, you know, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I plan on doing. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned and watch out for part 2 through however many we end up going through, and hopefully by the end of this series we will have a running machine shop in the coming months or maybe a year or so. So thank you guys again, and I will be responding to all your comments and everything else. So thank you guys.